This is Dan from the 4x4 Podcast, and you're listening to the XJ Talk Show.
Howdy, boys and girl. We're going to be doing our last show before Christmas tonight, and we're going to have a part 2 of Jeep Mama Wrangler Talk episode. I'm looking forward to hearing that. I've heard part of it. Hopefully she didn't use any foul language in it, because I haven't listened to the entire segment yet. To go through there and bleep some stuff out. So hopefully the FCC will let us off, because I just didn't do my job. So, in case you haven't been here before during this is the pre-show. We get started about 15 minutes before the stated air time, which is 10 p.m. Central Time every Thursday, although we will not be on for the next 2 Thursdays. We'll be returning on January the 7th, 2015. I mean, that's like a whole nother year. Well, you guys know how it works. So, sit back and enjoy the conversation, and we'll get started sometime after 10 p.m. Central Time. And Josh has joined us.
Ho, ho! Mary something or other.
I was going to say the last name of a Mary that I knew a long time ago. That would have been cool. Who is that? So I see you got the memo.
Yes, I did.
I know you've been told this before, but you seem a little off center.
Uh-huh.
There you go.
I gotta tuck this cable here.
There you go, bragging again.
Yeah.
You do what you can, right? You do what you can. I was sitting there playing the same old stale music, and I went, "Hey, dumbass, it's Christmas time." I know I got one on here that's a little more festive than these.
Those sound pretty festive, actually.
Yeah, they do, but there was one here that was just very Christmassy. So, if we plug the Christmas special, we're going to have to make it happen. I guess we could always apologize.
I did upload something here right before I called in. And actually, you probably might even have it by now. It is the Let It Snow XJ Talk version.
Oh, okay.
And I gave it a shot singing again this year.
Oh, it was hilarious back in 2012.
Yeah, well.
I was watching that video that I gave you the link to today, and I didn't realize that it had a 2012 reference in it.
Oh, it did?
Yeah,
Oops.
because the end of the year came and went, and we all still survived.
Oh, yeah.
Or we're all still alive.
Yeah. I mean, it's not 2012 specific, but...
No, but if you start thinking about it, like, oh, hell, what happened? Oh, it was the midterm elections. Poor Democratic bastards. Politics is just like any sports, watching football or anything else. There's always going to be winners, there's always going to be losers, and I think it has more to do about watching the game than who wins and loses. So we have a plethora of bark. We have a plethora of voicemails to play tonight.
I saw that. Lots of stuff there,
and one replay. Oh boy, you don't get much more festive than this. I'm gonna put this one on there. Oh, what that stupid dog's barking at? There's nobody at the front door. Well, that one just kind of jumps right in your face.
Yeah, doesn't it?
Oh, I thought we would just go with the items that you had put in for Amazon. You bought what? You can read them all. I don't care. You did the work. I'll look pretty for a change.
Did you change the logo?
The logo?
Or I'm seeing a white Jeep in the video play saver.
Oh, that's just one of the many that I have.
Oh, okay. I've seen that one before.
Hey, and before I forget about it, we still need to get some better photographs that we're not in shadow. Same thing that we have, in the main logo, but something that doesn't have shadows on our faces. Although we could look kind of mysterious. See, I got that one.
Don't take me screenshots tonight. This damn Santa hat's going to make me sweat all night long.
You know, it's funny. I start sweating from my head. Under the boobs and on the head.
30 degrees outside, and I'll start sweating.
Oh, why it couldn't be sweeting? It sounds so much more pleasant. Okay, here's another one. We'll just have to have a little dead air while I'm moving it over here. Let's see if it works.
That's horny.
Well, thank you. Excuse me while I put my cable away. I have not checked the chat room. Let's see if we have any... I was commenting. Tammy had told me, Jeep Mama had told me that she had put together a video file to go along with her segment tonight, which is great news for the live audience and the folks that watch us on YouTube. And I was looking through some of the pictures, just checking it out, and there's one picture in there where she's like really, really muddy. I told her, I said that was the best picture that I'd seen so far in the group, and she said it was a lot of fun. I said, yeah, it's all fun and games until the cleanup. And she sent me another picture here on Google Plus chat, and good Lord, get the hose. A lot of muddy people. I have no idea what they're doing. Nobody's in a Jeep. They're just muddy.
I think I remember her saying something in her little bio last week that she had did one of those Spartan races or Tough Mudder or, one of those like obstacle hardcore race type things where you throw yourself into the mud and under barbed wire and over fences and through rings of fire, and they hand you a beer at the end and say congratulations, give you a bumper sticker.
And then you run and jump into a very clean bed with freshly made sheets, and you have to lay there and talk to Richard Simmons for 15 minutes about not overeating.
But you got to track all that mud in through the house first.
Let's see. And I don't even have it up. There we go. XJ Talk.
They make little blue pills for that, Tony.
Which one did Neo pick?
The who? Oh, I don't know.
I think it was the red pill.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. So now I'm on chat. And it's a 5K obstacle course. No, see, I thought it was a Jeep related thing. Jeep Mama says in chat it was a 5K obstacle course. Muddy. I don't know if she's saying it was muddy or she's calling me muddy.
No, I've seen pictures from some of those, and they get pretty nasty, pretty intense, in fact, as well. I actually work with a couple guys who have done a couple versions of that race here in the Portland metro area, and I'm not saying they're all the same, but they all kind of have the same sort of premise. You're going to run very hard, you're going to get very dirty, and you're probably going to put yourself in harm's way a little bit because of the degree of obstacles that are through this course. And they had tried to talk me into doing it, and they had already had like 3 months of training ahead of me, and there's just no way in hell I was going to do that without injuring myself. So I foregoed, and I said, oh, yeah, I'll catch up with you guys another time. I'll tell you what, I'll have a beer with you afterwards. But yeah, so I didn't do it, but
I would think of any excuse possible not to do it. My stomach hurts. It's that time of the month.
I gotta wash my hair. Sun was in my eyes.
Yes. You can wash it after, soldier. Just doing a quick tweet.
All right. The Skype music, or the music keeps coming up in Skype, so I don't know if you've got to do any sort of adjustments, but it gets really loud every now and again.
Maybe with these days off over the next 2 or 3 weeks, I can find the time to put the ground isolator in and to adjust it. But I've already adjusted it.
Okay.
you send anything out on the xjtalk.com site?
Shoot, no, I didn't.
If you'll do that, I would appreciate it. And I'm going to go over and do Facebook. Just like a well-oiled machine that's been sitting in the field for 50 years. Yeah, what did you do to War Wagon? 92 War Wagon, because he's in chat tonight.
Lives right down the way from me. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, I know. What'd you do to him? He hadn't been here for a while. Now he's here. Did you threaten him?
He was on our YouTube channel. He didn't realize we had the.
Oh, he hadn't been here in a while then.
I know this, but he's a busy man and only gets to listen every now and again. He was a little bit behind for a short period of time, and is I think he's just about caught up now. So.
Facebook. Okay, I don't think there's anything we need to go over. I just I threw in a voicemail from last week, so there will be one more than what you see listed there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Total of 6. And let's see, you've got the This Week in Jeep information, and yep. YouTube subscribers, chit chat. I think it's going to be mostly you and chit chat. I don't have a lot to talk about. Things that I didn't do my last 3 days off. I'm going to try to do this 3 days off.
Hey, I've got let's see, I don't know if you were CC'd on this. I got a private message the other day from Abra MJ. Mm-hmm. He was second runner-up on the last Amazon You Bought What NoCo gift card giveaway. But I don't know if he ever got his contact information to you or not. But
I think he did. I still have to go through and do the Amazon gift certificates, and I think I'm waiting on an email from our last Genius Boost winner with address, because I was just going to send them both. But it's been a while. I mean, Thanksgiving was coming up. I mean, Thanksgiving kind of screwed things up, so I haven't been doing much other than working and coming home and plopping down. So yeah, I gotta go through those. Did you see the stuff in red and yellow reminder about the Amazon You Bought What for Christmas?
Yes, I did. So I'll make sure to plug that. Well, after I do my spiel on the intro to Amazon You Bought What, I'll just I guess hand the reins over to you to disseminate that reminder.
Yeah, we'll go back and forth.
Sounds good.
Let's see, and then I'll make the cracking wise on your on the stuff there that you're going to read about the Amazon things that were purchased. Wow, somebody really thought of us when they bought that camera.
Yeah, that's kind of why I highlighted that. I was like, ooh, yeah, that definitely deserves a good mention there.
Don't forget, we'll need to. I think at the start of the show we need to remind everybody that we're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. Returning on January the 8th. Let's plug all the XJ Talk show hashtag, YouTube XJ Talk, Facebook.com/XJTalk.page. We've been getting a fair number of likes on the page. Nothing substantial, but certainly not dead. Like 24 over the last couple of weeks or something, in addition to what we had. Still not at 3,000, but yeah, there you go. Thank you, Facebook. All right, I think we're ready to go. I think I'm ready to go. Me and my hat would be the royal we. So if you're ready, I'm gonna go close stuff up, turn on the light, and we'll kick this pig.
Do it to it.
Boy, getting the headphones back on right when you're wearing a big hat's a challenge.
Saw me screwing with mine for a good 3-4 minutes trying to get it right. Still doesn't feel right. Oh, well.
That's not it.
As long as I can hear, that's all that matters, I suppose.
Huh?
Huh? Here? What? Yeah, I can't hear you.
Can't tell you the number of times I got my wife with that one. She said, yeah, I just couldn't hear. What? I just couldn't hear. Yeah, no, I got you. 20 years later, she stopped doing it. Okie dokie. So let's see. I think we're all ready. We are streaming. We have been on 20 minutes and got nothing accomplished. Oh, there's Steve, 4.3 LXJ. He says, howdy, Jake. So I guess Jake's there. It looks like Kevin from Dirty Jeep Girls is with us tonight.
Yeah, we got the Pat Boys. We got Jeep Mama.
Oh, Pat Boys, good.
Yeah. Let's see. We got Wes, 92 Orwagon. He's in the house. Yeah, we got a nice little smattering of fans here for the live show tonight. So very good.
You're terrifying the people when you say the last show.
I said live.
Oh, did you? I heard last on the last show.
Oh, well, it could have been a Freudian slip. Who knows?
You remember when we played Happy Trails?
Yeah, and the outpouring that we got. Yeah, that was.
Man, there was at least one pissed off caller about that. I need to play that one, and then
dig that one up.
And then it was, I think there was a callback and like, oh, okay, guys, you got me. That was fun. It was mean, but it was fun. All right, so let's see. Roll that beautiful bean footage, and I think we're ready to go. Let's see. Okay.
The XJ Talk Show is for entertainment purposes only. Any advice or information provided on this show should be verified by alternative sources prior to making any changes or modifications to your vehicle. We are not experts, just people that enjoy the Jeep hobby and don't mind talking endlessly about it. P.S. We love you.
Welcome to the XJ Talk Show. You're listening to the premier podcast about Jeep Cherokees, off-road adventures, tips that you can use, and interviews with people in the off-road industry. And now, here are your hosts, Tony and Josh.
First Week in Jeep.
Well, the next Pennsylvania governor is not quitting on his Blue Wrangler now. Now, Jeep has a history ferrying around heads of state. Some of the most iconic shots of presidents, in fact, Franklin D. Roosevelt and Dwight Eisenhower, were taken while they were sitting in Jeeps. Heck, even Ronald Reagan used his Jeep around his California ranch almost exclusively. I know you guys remember Les Schwab, yes, the tire company guy. But Les himself was always seen driving a Jeep in just about every one of the commercials back in the day. Look, now, I know he's no head of state, but I figured he deserves an honorable mention here nonetheless. So it didn't seem too strange when Democrat Tom Wolf crisscrossed all of Pennsylvania in his 2006 blue Jeep Wrangler as he campaigned to become governor. The Jeep became a rolling prop, in fact, in Wolf's bid to oust his incumbent Republican Tom Corbett, or Corbet. Anyways, Tommy. And now, like Wolf, it too is going to be going to Harrisburg as the governor-elect's official vehicle. Wolf told Harrisburg TV station WHTM this month that he'll continue to use the two-door JK for his official duties, although he has to hand over driving privileges to a Pennsylvania state trooper. Kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Onward, Jeeves! Drive over that stump over there. Yeah, I'm sure it probably doesn't go at all like that. Hey, Toledo's 500,000th Jeep is due this week. Booming demand and push from Marchione set up a record year. Of course, you guys have heard all about the sales that Jeep is doing, and, well, of course, those vehicles have got to be built. And workers at the Fiat Chrysler Automobiles Toledo Assembly Complex are expected to stop their lines for a few minutes late this week to acknowledge something that they've never done before: build over 500,000 Jeeps in just 1 year. Unprecedented global demand for the plant's two products, the Jeep Wrangler and the Jeep Cherokee, transformed Toledo into the second busiest assembly plant in North America this year. Toledo trails only Nissan's massive assembly complex in Smyrna, Tennessee. I have no idea how that's pronounced, which is on pace to produce about 25% more vehicles in 2014 than Toledo is. Production, that means, guys, you need to buy some Jeeps. Production at several other large North American assembly plants, Volkswagen's Puebla, Mexico complex, Toyota's plant in Georgetown, Kentucky, and Honda's plant in Marysville, Ohio, is down so far this year, according to the Automotive News Data Center. One of the 10 largest assembly plants in North America, Nissan's Smyrna complex and FCA's Toledo, Windsor, Ontario, and Jefferson, North Detroit plants are the only ones with production higher than in 2013, according to the most recent estimates, that is. Vehicle production at Toledo has nearly doubled compared with 2013, when output of the Jeep Cherokee was ramping up. It's also a third higher than in the facility's previous best year in 2007, when Toledo pumped out a whopping 377,000 Jeep Wranglers and Liberties, Dodge Nitros. Plant and union officials in Toledo said that they were challenged by CEO Sergio Marchione to top 500,000 vehicles in 2014 as part of his goal to build and sell over 1 million Jeeps this year. About 5,100 people work at the Toledo Assembly Complex. Through November, Jeep sales are up 44% to 629,074 units in the United States alone. That's not including global sales, guys. The brand's largest global market, Wrangler and Cherokee, are the second and third best-selling models through November, just a few thousand units behind Jeep's top-selling Grand Cherokee. Hey, guys, if you'd like to submit a story to be aired on This Week in Jeep, just like friend of the show, John Prerunner, 1982, has done, or if you have any response to any one of our stories that you've heard on This Week in Jeep, please call or send an email to newstips@xjtalkshow.com.
You know what 1 million Jeeps means, don't you, Josh?
A lot of money.
A lot of money and a lot of cheap Jeeps 8, 9, 10 years down the road. There's going to be a lot of cheap Jeeps. I mean, if they last that long.
Look, I think this year, I reported that this year has been a record year automobile industry wide for recalls. Never before has there been so many recalls. Now, Jeep has definitely added their fair share. Ford and Chevy both have done quite a bit as far as adding to that tally. But Jeep has done so as well. Now, could that have been because they're trying to crap out so many vehicles so fast that maybe QC has kind of fallen to the wayside a little bit? It could be. I don't know. In any case, you're trying to pump out 1 million vehicles. I'm sure that some quality is going to be sacrificed at some point down the road. Heck, we've heard about leaky Wrangler roofs and issues with the JK electrical wires and stuff like that. You know, this kind of stuff happens, especially when you're trying to pump out that many vehicles. But they're still Jeeps, and they still got my bid.
Yeah, it's true. And it's always a good thing if you've got a Jeep and it's a winner product. You can always hit your star to that. Like, yeah, I had it back when they were really good, but now they're selling 1 million of them and they're not as good. So
xjtalk.com is where you go when you're not off-road. And now you can go to xjtalk.com when you're off-road too. Using your smartphone, install the Tap a Talk app, then search for XJ Talk. Take XJ Talk with you wherever you go. Jury duty, dinner with your spouse's parents, even, well, anywhere you need your XJ Talk fix.
xjtalk.com. It's where you go when you're not off-road.
We here at the XJ Talk Show really appreciate you listening to our podcast. If you enjoy the show, please consider sharing it with a friend. It's so easy. Just tell them to go to xjtalkshow.com.
No.
Thanks. Today's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Over 150,000 titles to choose from for your Kindle, your iPhone, your Android, or any MP3 player for that matter. Get a free audiobook get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial over at www.audibletrial.com/xjtalkshow.
That was my fault, guys. I messed him up.
Get into a rhythm, and then, all of a sudden there's an extra drop in there. And it's like, wait.
I figured that's what it would do. I figured you'd at least smile about it. So I want to report, After how long have we been doing these Audible commercials, Josh? I mean, you do them, so you probably remember better than I. It's been months.
I'm going to say at least a few dozen episodes. I've lost track.
I think it was like September. I think or maybe around August maybe that we started doing this. Maybe even earlier. Well, yeah. I was checking the other day because we have not seen a single dime from this. All these promos that you've been doing, haven't seen a single dime from this. I don't guess I've checked it in a couple of months. I'm sure I told you a couple of months ago we didn't have anything to talk about.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I remember that.
Finally saw somebody has actually subscribed after clicking on our link and so on and so forth. That's $15 for 6 months' work.
That just about matches my current pay scale at work. So yeah, it can't be too bad.
But it's the thought that counts. It's the thought of everybody that was going, hey, I should do that didn't actually go over there and sign up. And I'll tell you, I think I mentioned this to you before. Somebody actually did sign up after clicking on our thing, and we didn't get credit for it.
Oh.
Yeah. Well, that's the way it goes.
Work. Well, things happen.
I think it was Dusty. Yeah, it was actually Dusty, our NOCO winner.
Oh, cool.
One of our NOCO winners.
You very much, Dusty.
Yep. So, but like I told him, it doesn't matter. As long as you thought of us, that's all that matters. Especially here at Christmas time.
Yeah, that's right.
So anyway, as you guys know, the two knuckleheads that are doing this show right now are Tony and Josh, and I'm Josh, and that's Tony, and yeah, and you're on the East Coast, and that's B with an M. So we're here to promote xjtalk.com, which is a premier Jeep Cherokee site. And if we say that often enough, people will start believing it. No, we do have quite a few members over there. And actually, we've been seeing a lot more new posts from new members, which is really exciting to see. I love seeing the posts from the group that's been there for 3, 4, 5 years. It's always good to see friends that you've done all these things with and talked about all these Jeep things with, but very gratifying to see new members jumping in there and feeling comfortable enough to post up things.
Not just that, they're being comfortable enough to really get the most out of the site by posting up some really good questions. And guys, there's no such thing as a dumb question over on xjtalk.com. Even if it's been asked 3 times the day before, by all means, post it up again. You're going to get another slew of different kinds of responses and stuff like that. There's a lot of people that's getting a lot of really good help that otherwise, man, they'd probably be having to fork out a lot of cash over at a shop or something. This way, they're avoiding all that. They're doing it themselves. They're getting good help. They're getting quality advice. And guys, that's what it's all about, helping each other out. That's what makes the Jeep Brotherhood so special. We're just one big happy family, and we love helping each other out. And that's what xjtalk.com is all about.
And XJ Talk was created because there was so much, flaming and disrespect of members of other sites, other Jeep Cherokee sites that was going on. And it was just like, this is ridiculous. A forum is supposed to be a conversation between people, and any question should be able to be asked and answered. I don't care if it's an old post that hasn't been posted to in a year. If it's something that you're interested in and you need to know the answer and it's not in that post, add to that post saying what was the resolution here or what was the final outcome. That's the other bad thing. Somebody says they have this problem that everybody else seems to have, and they just go through all this stuff, and then the thread just kind of dies. You don't know if they solved it, and 6 pages in, you're going, oh, this is getting close to being done. Oh, they got the solution. Oh, wait a minute, where'd it go? So posting on there, what was the final solution is perfectly acceptable, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. And of course, I've seen new members post up, in these old threads, been like, hey, I had this exact same problem, and this is what I did. And it's a completely different, this is, probably their 3rd or 4th post or something like that, and they post up and this is what the same thing happened to me. This is what I did. They're passing along that information. They're putting it out there for all eternity, and that's going to help somebody else down the road. Yeah,
you never know when somebody's going to be looking at that. Somebody, 18, 19-year-old that's got his first Jeep Cherokee, or Wrangler or any of the other Jeeps that we have on the site, and he has that problem that we all had, like maybe it's not running properly. It has a tendency to die out. You start it back up, and it runs a little while, and then it dies again. And he doesn't know that the CPS is a common issue with the 4.0s. And he reads that and goes, oh, wow, that's easy. And then he sees where it is, and how many extensions you have to use to get to it. But it's really an easy fix. So you never know, and that's what we're all about over at xjtalk.com. We're not going to assume that you know. We're going to try to answer any question you can. xjtalk.com is one place that you can come over and visit with us, and of course that's the main reason for this show. But we're on as you kids would say it, the Twitter, and you can anytime you tweet about XJ Talk or the XJ Talk Show, we'd really appreciate it if you use the hashtag pound XJ Talk Show. Now, I'm not hip enough to know that if you say hashtag, if you should say the pound or not. So it's hashtag XJ Talk Show.
That's how it goes, guys. Anything Jeep related, you're posting up a picture of your Jeep, you're going out for a wheeling adventure, something like that, post it up, man. Hashtag XJ Talk Show. We want to hear about it. And you can friend or follow us on Twitter at XJ Talk. On Facebook, we're at facebook.com/xjtalk.page. Please go over there and like our page. And don't even get me started, Josh, on what Facebook did to our XJ Talk account. Yeah. But I know. We had over 3,000 friends that we loved interacting with that we can't do anymore. So simply because they're several other friends that like to interact with us throughout the show and stuff. We've got voicemails that come in every week, and you guys can join in on those as well. A 24/7 voicemail line is at your guys' disposal. 530-675-4102. Nobody's ever going to answer that. You can call at 3 o'clock in the morning, 3 sheets to the wind, no problem. In fact, we encourage that sort of behavior, and we want to hear from you guys. We've got a whole bunch of voicemails to play for you guys today. I love this kind of stuff. So without further ado, let's dive into the calls. And I'll just add that if you're 3 sheets to the wind and female, it's a moral imperative that you call into our voicemail. Yeah, mandate.
Hey, this is Tony.
And this is Josh from the XJ Talk Show. We want to thank you for calling our 24/7 voice line.
Yes, we do. Just leave your first name and your question or comment.
There's no guarantee, but we may play your message on the podcast.
Oh, and don't worry about keeping it clean. We'll take care of that.
Now it's your turn to speak at the beep.
Hey, this is Nikki G, and I just want to say, at our house, we don't really celebrate Christmas or Hanukkah, or even Kwanzaa. We celebrate Festivus. Yes, that's a Seinfeld reference. And in case Josh don't know, it's a show about how New Yorkers blow everything out of proportion. All right, so happy Festivus, guys. I will chat to you later. Have a good one. Bye.
I always like getting the poll out for Festivus. It's great.
Yeah, I like the Merry Happy Kwanzaa Christmas or something. I forgot how it goes.
Well, that's a Tudurkin, yeah.
Nah, exactly.
Hey guys, Jake here. I just wanted to wish you both and everyone listening a Merry Christmas. Hope your lights are bright, your trees are trimmed, and your gifts are stacked high. I have the XJ all decorated for this weekend to meet up with a bunch of Jeeps that are also going to be decked out, so expect a ton of pictures on xjtalk.com. I also think that, hey, Nick just walked in. Hey Jake, who's on the phone? I was just leaving a message for Tony and Josh for their XJ Talk Show Christmas show. Great. Let me say a few words, too. Okay, guys. Fatso wants to get on this, so I told you never to call me that. It's a quadruple X fit. You're getting coal. Probably more edible than that peanut brittle you brought last year. Just give me the phone. All right, fine. Hello, Tony and Josh. Merry Christmas. I've been watching both of you for a long time. Tony, those new sliders look good on the TJ, although I would prefer they were white to complement the red. Josh, you've been very naughty. Your subconscious has given the elves vicious nightmares. Honestly, I don't know what to give you. Not sure if anything bad you would probably like. So some pants might be good for a change. To Nikki G, you've been bad as well with all those rumors you've been spreading about my reindeer. So I'm going to make sure that new super satellite is dedicated to focus on you 24/7. So double up on the tinfoil. Claws out. Yeah, thanks. Real jolly. Just for that, I'm loosening the rails on your sleigh. Anyway, guys, Merry Christmas to the XJ Talk Show, and congratulations on making it 4 years. Shut up.
man.
Jake, man, seriously.
He's been holding back.
Applause to you, buddy. That is just outstanding. Good times, man. Yeah, you guys have got to check out Jake's pics over on xjtalk.com. He has decked out his Jeep like I have never seen a vehicle decorated for Christmas before. He's up to, what was it, 1,000 lights at least? Was his,
it's a lot
his
of lights on
count?
that Jeep, yeah.
I think
lights.
he's got around 17 miles of tinsel on that thing. So yeah, he's got a bunch of pictures up there, and I can't wait to see what some of the other rigs. I'm sure they're not going to hold a candle to what he's produced on his own Jeep. So really cool stuff. He's got his Jeep decked out inside and out. Head over to xjtalk.com. Look for those pictures, guys. Good times right there.
You never know what you're going to find on xjtalk.com, guys. If you don't want to be a member, at least go over there and have a look.
Yeah.
Hey, this is Nikki G, and I just want to remind everybody that this Christmas Eve, you happen to wake up and find a fat guy in a red suit poking around your fireplace. There's no such thing as Santa Claus, so shoot that bastard. He's stealing your widescreen TV. All right, guys, I'll chat you later. Bye.
More of the Christmas spirit. I'm getting the feeling Nikki G is very anti-Christmas.
I'm wondering how many red velour suits are buried in his backyard.
Don't put lime on the body. It just preserves.
Tony, Josh, Kevin Baldwin, just calling in to touch base with you guys. Want to thank you again for the great show and giving me some airtime on there. I've had some people come and follow me and said that they heard about me on the XJ Talk Show. That's awesome. Thank you, guys. For those that don't know, I'm the photographer and owner of DirtyJeepGirls.com, and I have a crowdfunding campaign going on right now for a Dirty Jeep Girls 2015 calendar. But the goal of the project is not only to raise money for printing and getting the calendar out, but to raise money to fund a Mad Max Jeep build, to get me started off. And photo document and video the build, involve as many Jeep girls as I can in that process and photograph the whole thing. And updates will be posted on my site. But if you want a calendar, go get one. I don't have to meet my goal to run the calendars. If you select one as a perk, you'll get your calendar. If you want a shirt, get a hoodie. But support what I'm doing, because if you're into Jeeps, I think you'll really dig it. Thanks again, Tony, Josh. Great show. And I'll catch you on Twitter. If you don't follow me on Twitter, follow at Dirty Jeep Girls. See ya.
Yeah, I thought I'd mention that XJ Talk Show has contributed to the Dirty Jeep Girls calendar, and happy to do that. Happy to support the people that do the Jeep stuff, and also to people that take the time to call in and be a part of the show. We really appreciate it.
Yeah, Kevin's been posting up some teaser pics over in our one of our threads over on xjtalk.com.
Emphasis on tease.
Emphasis on tease. Yeah, very, very good pictures. So you guys got to head over and check out some of those as well over at xjtalk.com.
Hey, this is John Freerunner 1982 from xjtalk.com, wishing you and yours a Merry Christmas. I have no idea why Tony would suggest everybody call in and say they were John. He's nice, but I'm not sure if everybody wants to be John. And what if everybody did want to be John? What do we do then? Do we just throw them all in like a caged ring and have a fight to the death? Because at the end, there can only be one. All right, guys, you have a good one, and I'll chat at you later. Bye.
I put up a post. Josh and I are going to be doing a special Christmas podcast this year that will be recorded and released on Christmas Eve. And I put up on Twitter, Facebook, and also on xjtalk.com. If you guys wouldn't mind, call in our voicemail line, and just leave a simple message wishing everybody a Merry Christmas. Anything you'd like to say, really, but just something nice and short. Who you are, maybe who you are on xjtalk.com or Twitter or wherever, and Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. So I used John Prunner 1982 as an example on the post on xjtalk.com. So that's why Nikki was saying that. He saw, why would I call in and and use that as the as the voicemail. So that's what he was talking about. And if you guys wouldn't mind calling in. We really could use, some little drops of people that listen to the show or are members of the site or both, wishing everybody a Merry Christmas that we can use on our Christmas show special. Josh, what's that voicemail number again?
That voicemail number is 530-675-4102. That's it, guys. You can pretty much dial it from any phone. You're going to reach us right to that voicemail line. And, of course, it's going to be a voicemail just like what you've heard just now. A whole bunch of other guys have been doing it. Nikki G's been doing it for, probably a year and a half straight now or something, almost on a weekly basis. Guys, if he can do it in his tinfoil hat and his bunny slippers, you can do it as well. So please call that number, 530-675-4102. Do it right now. Push pause when you're listening to the podcast. Call that number. Wish us and everybody else listening a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
Everybody on the live show, just look for a pause button.
Everybody's like scrambling. Wait, where'd it go?
Guys,
what?
I'm a Dirty Jeep Girl, and I want to let you know what's up with the 2015 Dirty Jeep Girls crowd-funded calendar. It's live right now on Indiegogo, and you can find links to it on dirtyjeepgirls.com. Guys, if you want to support, hurry up, because the year's almost over, and if you want to get one, now's the time. You can search it on Google, too, guys. Just make sure you put dirty in front of Jeep Girls, because there are lots of Jeep Girl calendars going around, but there's only one that's truly dirty. The images are great, the girls are hot, and the Jeeps are dirty. It all comes together to create a calendar that's nothing if not sexy. So score today and make your contribution now. You can follow on Twitter at Dirty Jeep Girls to stay up to date as the project progresses and to help us reach our goal. You can also follow me at Dragonfly121909. Stay dirty.
Well, we appreciate that voicemail. That was one that we had from last week, but she sounded so nice, I thought we should play it again.
Yes. Sounded very nice.
We need to get an interview with her. I don't know if she has anything to talk about, but we just listen to her talk.
Well, something we're going to have you guys listen to is some of our YouTube subscribers.
Got to find it. There it is. Nothing like some YouTube love, or hell, there's nothing like some tube of love.
Keep the cap on that. But we're going to let you guys know we have over 700 subscribers and knocking on the door of 200,000 views on our YouTube channel.
Over 200,000 views.
By now, I've lost track.
We're knocking on 1 million. There we go.
I like that. Every week we pull out 4 names out of the hat in no particular order. Guys, you've got to get on the list. Only way to do it is to subscribe to our YouTube channel. First on the list, Otavio Guimares.
Oh, God bless you. KH Jeep XJ.
And I got Jonathan Cavender.
And we're going to round it out with Shim 95 XJ. I think we've done Shim before, haven't we?
No, there's been a couple other 95 XJs in there as well, but nonetheless, we had a similar name last week, I think. Guys, head over to YouTube, do a search real quick, xjtalk.com or xjtalk, and, of course, subscribe to our channel. New videos going up all the time.
Abso-freaking-lutely. Ooh, it's a bit nipply out here tonight, Josh.
Well, good thing we got a little campfire going up here. After a hard day of wheeling, nothing like popping down and sitting around the campfire and BSing about some Jeep stuff. And that's just what we're going to do right here, right now, guys.
Okay, so number one thing. Are you ready for Christmas?
More or less.
So the answer would be no.
About 98% done. I've got some stocking stuffers to get, and I've got one last gift to get on my list for somebody on my list, and then that is it.
Now, how big is the list? I don't want you to name names, but how big is the list? I mean, you got the immediate family, I would imagine, but...
It's small. I've got a very, very, very small family. I don't have that many people to shop for, thankfully. So it's relatively easy to do every year. So I no complaints. But there are a couple people that are a little hard to shop for. So it usually goes until almost the last minute. There's one or two that end up never getting skipped, but I have to make a mad dash right at the end to make sure they get taken care of. And of course, I wait until just about the very end before I do any of my meal shopping. And, of course, every Christmas, a big old fat bone-in prime rib choice, if not grade A. Prime is what I usually try and go for, but it's hit or miss depending on when and where I can get it, if I can get it. But last couple of years, I've been able to get some nice prime cut prime rib, and just the best meat that there is out there, guys. And that's going to be done this weekend. So I'll get a prime rib. I'll do a little bit of dry aging in the fridge and do a little bit of a rub on it. Stuff that thing with more garlic than you can shake a stick at. Nice, thick, peppery, salty rub on it, and that'll go slow and low for the better part of the morning and early afternoon. But yeah, that's just about it as far as Christmas. So we've got a couple new cats in the house this year. One of them is a kitten.
Oh, no, a couple of new. How many cats?
We just got the two. We had our last cat pass away last Mother's Day. That was no bueno. But it was about time, so we picked up a couple cats about a couple months ago now. And the little one is they just got spayed and neutered here this last week.
Oh, so they could use a Christmas meal.
Yeah, exactly. But with a kitten in the house, there was no chance in hell that we were going to have a Christmas tree, because that thing, with his appetite for destruction, there was no way we were going to have a Christmas tree. That thing would end up on the floor, or there would have been branches and ornaments eaten or devoured, otherwise broken or played with. So we figured we'll just deck the halls and forego a Christmas tree this year.
Well, if you have an artificial Christmas tree, the exiting of a artificial branch from the kitten would have made an excellent Tumblr picture. And very festive.
Yeah, right.
Just hang a little ornament on it. Well, that's cool, because I was going to ask you about any animals, because I would think slow roasting any meat over a long period of time and the smell wafting through the house, that would just drive the animals nuts. So I can well imagine that the cats are going to be that way, and especially so since this will be the first one that they've experienced.
Yeah, so it'll be all that wrapping and bows and ribbons and all that stuff that they get to play with. So yeah, they'll get their fix in.
Well, this is actually a great time of year for you to have a Festivus pole instead of a tree, because the cat, if it knocks the pole down, you just put the pole back up.
What I do in my bedroom is my business, Tony.
There you go. Do you make sure? Well, you could always polish the pole, and that would keep the cat off of it.
Easy now. Got to keep this PG-13.
All right, so I interrupted you on what you were going to talk about on your Jeep stuff. What? Tell me some about the Jeep stuff. You're coming up on a wheeling trip, possibly, aren't you?
There's I'm going to say somewhat new. It's only about a year old or so. It's Kingsley Reservoir. It's east from where I live. It's just about as far as I usually go west to my typical wheeling spot in the Tillamook State Forest. This Kingsley Reservoir wheeling area is. It's very rocky. The trails are a little bit more difficult. It's up and coming, and it's a trail system that's under development right now. So from what I've been getting reports now, I have not yet been out there, guys. So this is all just secondhand information that I'm going off of, and from what I've seen as far as pictures go and stuff. Huge rock gardens, rocks anywhere from the size of a basketball to size of a yoga ball, something like that. So rather large boulders and just a giant field of them is just one aspect of this trail system and one of the drawing points that is going to make it a lot of fun. So endless lines that you can take, just a huge field of rock playground, and of course a vast trail system as well to go with it. And from what I hear, those trails are starting to develop into some rather technical and fun obstacles. So. It's very interesting to see what the weather is going to do to this trail system and how it's going to evolve. And we've got I don't know about record rainfall, but we've got anywhere from 2 to 8 inches coming in this weekend of rainfall. That's a lot of rain. They're calling for streams and rivers to rise to near or break flood stage. So, yeah, that's going to be rather interesting. Now, before I can even think about heading out there, I've got a little bit of a to-do list to do on my Jeep. Now, I don't know if I told you guys, but I had some issues on my last wheeling trip where my four-wheel drive was starting to pop out. It was starting to slip and disengage. I didn't hear any chain slipping in the transfer case, so I'm pretty sure it's not the chain stretched out. What I'm thinking is the shift forks are worn, and it's not wanting to stay in four-wheel drive, or in four-low, rather. And so what I was having to do is bump it and do a four-high, or I've got the 242 transfer case, and so I could have gone the full-time option, but I usually don't ever use that. My plan is to do is to take the guts out of my old transfer case, the one that I broke this summer, and put them all into the new case, and do just basically a full case swap over minus the case. There'll be a guts to case surgery there, if you will. So that's first and foremost on the list. I've got a new transfer case skid plate that I want to put on, and this is not the OEM style. This is actually one of the AEV, American Expedition Vehicle style. It's a 1/4-inch plate, very heavy duty, and I can't wait to get that thing on there. Put another piece of armor on the Jeep is always a lot of fun. I've got some other electrical stuff I want to take care of, but that's really down low on the list. Really, those two items are by far the most important and the ones that I want to take care of first and foremost.
Well, that sounds pretty good. You were talking, and I was thinking about this, about things that I want to do to my Jeep over this 3-day weekend. I'm off tomorrow, by the way. And one of the things I was going to do that I didn't accomplish last weekend, I did get the sliders on the TJ. Those things, the JCR off-road sliders for the TJ, fit very well. I did have to take them on and off a few times. And there's a video coming up that I'll be editing and putting together about how to put on the JCR off-road sliders on a TJ, because and I think I mentioned it, this very small amount of information that was on that page, that single page that they give you, wasn't enough to make it go as quickly as it could. If there was just a couple of more pieces of information there, then some questions that I had while I was doing it would have been answered. But anyway, got those on, and that's all I accomplished last weekend. Over another 3-day weekend was getting those sliders on. I was slacking, especially by Matt standards. So one of the things I'm going to try to do is get these bushings on my upper control arm, body side, because the ones that are on there are just coming apart, and it's causing me to track the expansion gaps that you see in the roadway. Not horribly, but the whole thing, I guess, shifts and wants to go along that groove, and I have to fight it a little bit, very very little bit. But it doesn't feel perfectly. How can I put it? Perfectly sound, perfectly sturdy as it should. So I'm going to be changing those. I'll be looking at the rest of them, but I only have one on the driver's side that is really bad, and I might eyeball some of the other ones. But I did get 2 sets just in case. So I got the Ironman 4x4fab.com adjustable control arms, both upper and lower, very very beefy. And in fact, let me reach down here. I have a set for the TJ I haven't put on yet.
Ooh, cool.
To give you an example, Josh and I on another show talk about zombies, and these things would be great if you didn't mind disabling your Jeep, although I think you could probably still run it with 3. These things would be great for beating the hell out of a zombie with. I mean, it's very, very beefy. And I think Andy has actually come out with some now that I don't know what it's called, Josh. What is it on the tie rod where you can actually turn that cylinder in the middle to adjust the tie rod in and out? It's called something. Yeah, it's a coupler. He actually has a new set. I don't think they're on the site yet, but I saw some pictures where he has a coupler now in the adjustable control arms. So you don't even have to take them off to adjust them.
That is pretty dang cool unto itself. But I've got to stop you here and ask, because you seem to be privy to all this Iron Man Andy goodies that nobody else knows about, that are never on the site, that are seem to be forever lost in this research and development phase. How are you getting the inside track on all of Iron Man Andy's good stuff?
You are not going to want to know the answer. You're not going to like the answer to this, Josh, because you walked right into it.
God dang it.
You know what it is?
I know what the answer is. I know what the answer is now. It has 2 letters in it, and one's an F and the other's a B.
Yes, because I saw it on Facebook.
The inside joke here, a little inside baseball for you, is that I don't have a Facebook account. I never have, and I'm not saying that I never will. It's just so far down on my priority list that it's just I've got a million other things that I can and would rather do, and oftentimes need to do, that I've never bothered really to put in the effort to start one up. So, yes, I'm one of those guys. I've been in media and, in front of cameras and microphones for a decade or more. And yes, I don't have a Facebook account, so I am one of those guys. I'm that guy.
So, yeah, I saw it on Facebook, as you probably guessed. But, yeah, and that's another thing I need to do. About the only reason why I haven't done I've got a full set of adjustables for the TJ for the front, and half, I think it's the lowers that I have for the back of the TJ. So I guess I really don't have any excuse not to do the fronts, with the exception of that I'll have to get a alignment done afterwards. Mm-hmm. And, I'm not going to do it. My wife is going to go down and do it, and it's a hassle, and et cetera, et cetera. Also, too, there's all that sweating and cursing that has to occur while putting these things on. But the bright side is that I'll be taking all of the control arms off, so getting the 4 new ones on should be easier than just trying to change the bushing on one.
Yeah, now you can always do a quick, garage tape measure alignment to get you close enough to get you down to the
No, of course. No, what I do is I just take the control arms that are there and I set up the adjustables to match them.
There you go.
And then, that should be close, but to get the proper tread wear, and also, too, since it's the wife's vehicle, if you guys didn't know, the TJ is what my wife drives. I can do without an alignment. That's different. But whenever it's one of the family members driving it, I want to make sure that it's as close to perfect as possible.
Yeah, indeed.
But I'll still work on it. So anyway, that's it for our campfire side chat. Well, what's next on the list, Josh?
Well, we've got a little bit of Wrangler talk.
Oh, a little. You can't have just a little bit of Wrangler talk.
No,
We've got to have a lot of it.
Yeah, we're going to have 10 minutes. And this follows part 1 of the evolution of Jeep Mama. And she's actually in our chat room live as we speak right now. Another reason for you guys to join in on the live show. Jeep Mama's got herself one heck of a blog. And no offense, a little slip there. Head over to www.jeepmama.com. You guys can check out what she's up to and what she's doing. This is some cool stuff, guys. It had me riveted to my earphones this last show. So I can't wait to hear part 2 of the evolution of Jeep Mama.
And here we go.
Hey, thanks, Tony and Josh. I just wanted to thank you again for inviting me to join you on the XJ Talk Show. Last week I had a great time interacting with you all in the chat room, and I'm excited to continue to share my story with others. My hope is to inspire others with my same passion I have for my Jeep Wrangler. Life is too short to hold back or to put things you enjoy on hold. You also shouldn't be afraid to try something new or make mistakes or feel like you're the only one who uses super glue instead of Loctite thread locker. But hey, that is a different chapter for another time. So, today I'm going to continue with my story with Chapter 2 of The Evolution of Jeep Mama. Remember last week I told you about the point in time when I knew I had to have my Jeep? It was when the dad I was following to the Boy Scout campout got out of his Jeep to put his top down. That was the precise moment in time when I knew I had to have a Jeep. But what if that didn't happen? I probably wouldn't be driving a Jeep. And if I wasn't driving a Jeep, I wouldn't be blogging about my Jeep. And if I wasn't blogging about my Jeep, Tony and Josh would have never had me on their show. And if I wasn't on their show, I wouldn't be here talking to you today. One single small point in time can affect changes in a larger state. It's like the theory a hurricane can be affected by a butterfly flapping its wings earlier. This is called the butterfly effect. Or in the works of fiction that involve points in time at which a storyline diverges during a minor event, resulting in a significantly different outcome than would have occurred if that smaller divergent in time hadn't occurred. Well, in my evolution of Jeep Mama, there have been many of these precise moments in time by several unknowing people who have affected my storyline. And I can pinpoint those exact moments in my mind. They are like still frames of a movie I have saved in my brain. The dad on the campout was the first point in time I needed to get to my Jeep. But there's another small point in time I needed to continue on my path. Points in time to off-road addiction, to Jeep modification, and to my Rubicon. But the point in time where I began my Jeep Mama blog is the second point in time. I was at a neighborhood party when a friend of mine made a suggestion. You know, she's a mom blogger, a good friend, and my across-the-street neighbor. It was 1 month after I had bought my Jeep Wrangler Unlimited Sahara Edition. I was constantly talking about my Jeep. I think I used the word Jeep in every sentence. I'm sure I was driving my friends and family crazy. I was obsessed with my Jeep. I loved my Jeep. It was 24 hours of my Jeep. So for the past year, I had been struggling, trying to figure out what to do with myself now that my boys didn't need me as much. I'm a stay-at-home mom, and I was looking to branch out back into the workforce. So my friend suggested I start a blog. I just laughed at her and asked her, what about? She said, and she was totally serious, you should blog about your Jeep and being a mom. So that night when I got home, I immediately went to work. My first job was to find a name. By the way, Jeep Mama was not my first choice. But all the other Jeep and mom-related domain names were taken. So that was all that was left. So that night, Jeep Mama was born, and I was on my way. My next step was setting up accounts with all the different social media mediums like Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and Google+. Then it was time to start writing. My blog began as a journal of sorts as I tried to find my way through what some call a midlife crisis. But I call it midlife changes, my new path, my new trail to take. Some of us have many of these midlife changes as we try to redefine our lives and look to new careers as this world constantly evolves and changes around us. So on June 29th, 2013, my new blog was posted. The first entry was entitled, I Love My New Jeep. The first couple of blog posts were about my Jeep, like my first accessories such as my rubber floor mats, which, by the way, every mom should have these in any vehicle they drive. In a Jeep, it's meant for easy mud cleanup, but for moms, it's easy ketchup and apple juice cleanup. I talked about the necessary accessories needed for moms who drive a Jeep, like a hat to keep your hair from blowing in your face when the top is down. A hat is definitely a safety item to help prevent accidents in your Jeep. So I moved on. Getting groceries in my Jeep was no different than in a minivan, and actually my Jeep became my Calgon Take Me Away moment. Summer in the Jeep with the top down is a necessary item when you need to just get away from the stresses of being a mom. My blog started evolving as I did, trying to find my way down this new path in life. I began to simplify my life by cutting out things that took up my time that no longer made me happy and seemed more of a hassle. I started getting healthy and fit. I began to work out at the gym and running. I started eating a cleaner and healthier diet, and I even started my own website, www.thejeepmamaway.com. I created a bucket list for the first time, and I began a journey to find my passion and purpose. So my blog consisted of healthy recipes and getting fit tips. I wrote about being able to cross items off my bucket list, like my journey to my first 10K and a mud run. I started up a long-lost passion of photography and began my search for my new passion and purpose. During this time, I began forming new online friendships and started connecting with like-minded friends and groups in clean eating and fitness. A lot of healthy groups. I started following fellow photography nuts and, of course, all those different Jeep groups. I began to realize there is more to Jeeps than just the Wave and the Wrangler Unlimited. I started seeing Jeeps that certainly didn't look like my Jeep. There were different Jeeps of different eras, like the TJ and the CJ. There were different models of Jeeps, like the Cherokee, Patriot, and Liberty. There was a whole other world of Jeeps I never even knew existed. It also seemed each Jeep had their own little personality. Each personality was for different reasons. I began to learn about the world of Jeep modification. I started researching on the internet. I began asking fellow Jeepers many questions and began the learning process of Jeep modification and off-roading. One of the things I learned is Jeepers like to take pictures of their Jeeps, but not just pictures. Just like your firstborn, we all like to take videos of our Jeeps and our Jeep adventures. So this opened up a whole new world on YouTube and videos. Now comes the third point in time that helped forge this path I was on. I began watching videos from a fellow Jeep enthusiast of his Jeep wheeling adventures on the Rubicon Trail in Northern California, which, by the way, is tops on my bucket list, to drive the Rubicon Trail in my Jeep someday. Well, I was absolutely amazed at the abilities of the Jeep and the beauty of being out in nature. When I first started watching these videos, I had no idea I was about to be bit by the off-roading bug. But those videos started the snowball rolling down the mountain. Looking back at my blog, this started on April 14th, 2013. My first mention of modifying my Jeep. I asked the question, should I mod or not to mod? It was almost a whole year since I bought my Jeep. At my first modifications were to make my Jeep unique to me. I was tired of being stock just like everyone else. I began researching different possible modifications and what they meant. What was necessary for off-roading? You know, I ended up taking my doors off my Jeep for the first time as well, which that is a whole weird experience and, of course, a whole nother chapter. Then I began looking for places where I could take my Jeep off-roading. I was saddened to realize there are no legal places to wheel off-road here in Maryland. But I ended up finding an off-road park close by in Pennsylvania, about 3 hours away. It was Roush Creek Off-Road Park. I delved into their website and found they offered off-road driving classes for beginners. Well, I certainly qualified as a beginner. But sadly, again, these days they offered the class didn't work with my busy mom schedule. But I was able to work out a private lesson. So began the next transition of myself and my blog, Off-Roading and Jeep Modifications. Join me next week when I share Chapter 3 of my first off-roading experience. And don't forget to check out my blog at www.jeepmama.com. I usually post a couple of times a week. And if you truly have a lot of time on your hands, you can read every post I ever posted. You might find a yummy, clean, healthy recipe, or something might inspire you to simplify your life. Or you can see the cool modifications I made to my Jeep, actually my 2 Jeeps, which is, again, another chapter. You'll just have to keep listening and watching the XJ Talk Show to hear the rest of the story. I also have some videos of my off-roading trips on YouTube. Just search the Jeep Mama. I'm also on Twitter at Mama Jeep. Sadly, someone else has the Jeep Mama name. I'm also on Facebook and Instagram as Jeep Mama. So don't forget to check out the XJ Talk Show next week when I become addicted to off-roading and you can hear about the amazing experience.
Wow, it's really fun to be able to hear how all these beginnings occurred with a brand new Jeeper. I mean, I think we've all been through it in some way, shape, or form, but it brings back a lot of memories. And I think we talked about this last week, so it's just very nostalgic.
Absolutely. Hearing some of the experiences of a new Jeeper, you know, the kind of thought processes to go through, the emotions that come out and everything. If you're a true Jeeper at heart, you all go through that. We all have gone through that. And it's just really cool hearing that kind of stuff in somebody else's words. I can't thank Jeep Mama enough for sharing this, and I can't wait for the third installment of the Jeep Mama saga.
Yeah, and now's a good time to mention this. We're going to be off for the next 2 weeks. We are working on a Christmas special, so look forward to something released on the 24th, next Wednesday. But as far as the live show goes, we will not be here next week or the following weeks. We'll be returning on January the 8th, as they say, God willing, and the creek don't rise.
Yeah, that's right, guys. Yeah, we're going to take a little bit of a break through the holidays. Of course, you know, Tony and I have got some family stuff to do, and a little bit of New Year's celebration never hurt anybody as well. We're going to come back strong and refreshed after the holiday break, back in the new year, guys, and we're going to have tons of cool stuff for you. In the meantime, we are going to be releasing a little bit of a holiday special for you guys, a little bit of a bonus Christmas episode for you. A little something special Tony and I have put together for you, so look for that, and make sure you guys are subscribing over at xjtalkshow.com.
Amazon.com and the XJ Talk Show present You Bought What?
What did you guys buy? Well, what this is all about is our relationship between XJ Talk websites, the XJ Talk Show xjtalk.com and xjtalkshow.com, and Amazon.com. Amazon has agreed to give us a small little kickback of what you guys purchase through there. But the way this works is that you guys have to go to one of those two sites. Click on the Amazon banner you see on the main page. It'll take you straight to Amazon.com, where you can continue to buy any old thing in majig that you want. Do your Christmas shopping, replacement parts for the Jeep, or how about a gag gift? Any of that stuff is cool. And in fact, we encourage that sort of stuff. And, Amazon gives us a list of what's been purchased. We don't get to see who's buying what, so that's what makes it so much fun. You guys throw out a curveball every now and again. We put something, rather off the wall in the list to share with you guys. And, of course, we got some cool stuff as well. Tony and I picks out some stuff every week. And even though we've got, this other thing going on as well, this is absolutely a part of it as well, guys. Amazon, you bought what? We've got a few items to share with you guys. But Tony's got something to say first.
So just want to remind you guys that we recently did a Amazon You Bought What for Christmas episode, and it's a great, of course I'm saying we did it, so of course it's great. It's a great helper for presents to get your Jeeper. Now, if you're listening to this podcast, you probably are a Jeeper, so the trick is going to be how you nonchalantly get your significant other or whoever it is that's going to buy you a present to listen to the podcast. So it's about 30 minutes long. We move through the stuff pretty quickly. And also, too, we've set up a website called, it's xjtalk.com/Christmas. So all you have to do is remember xjtalk.com and Christmas. I mean, we figured that's going to be easy enough to remember for everyone. So even if they don't have time to listen to what we're describing as suggested items for a Jeeper on the go, you can give them the website. They can go over there and look at those items, and if nothing else, it'll take them to Amazon where they can dig around and kind of get an idea of what Jeepers would probably like. So consider, if you haven't already listened to that podcast, listen to it. Maybe you could listen to it with the person you want to buy gifts and go, "Oh, you're here. Well, you might want to listen to this." Again, nonchalant. So try that. Try listening to that episode. But we do have a few things that we wanted to talk about that people have bought, and here recently, kind of an honorable mention. And they may be Christmas presents. You never know, Josh.
Yeah, a lot of this stuff seems very Christmas present-esque. A little bit of a stocking stuffer here with this first one. This one falls into the cell phones and accessories category. It's the Yopo 2014 new mini wireless waterproof shower stereo Bluetooth speaker with mic and suction cup mount for use with latest smartphone devices. This one comes in red. Check this out, guys. The list price on this one, $89.99. That's right, about $90 for this thing is what they originally were asking for it. What you get it for on Amazon? $17 and free shipping. That's right, guys. That's the kind of deals you can get at Amazon.com. That's why we bring this stuff up all the time. This thing supports iPhone, iPad, and most of Bluetooth audio devices. Has a built-in mic, answer hang-up button, a volume up and down button, and, of course, a power button as well. Easy call pickup, hang-up function. When you bathe, you won't miss any calls. Professional sound quality meets the highest of standards. Lightweight, portable, and compact, and very easy to set up. It's got a suction cup, enable you to use it while you're showering or driving or showering while you drive. That's a drive in the Northwest with a top down. Listen to your favorite episodes of the XJ Talk Show while in the bath. Bonus! Now you can take a shower with Tony and Josh.
Never say bonus in a shower, Josh. That reminds me of that episode on Seinfeld where Kramer was doing everything in the shower. He was fixing salad and, doing he was trying to stay in the shower all the time.
I got a buddy who insists on every now and again drinking a beer in the shower. And not that I've seen this personally, but he insists on it, and I just never really understood the draw to that. But, hey, more power to you if that's what you're into.
Thank you for that disclaimer.
Yeah. Now, this one falls into the health and personal care category, and we've heard all sorts of very interesting items underneath that category, and some the kind of things you might find in a nightstand drawer, if you know what I'm saying. This one, really, I have no idea what the heck this is. This is the Wow Tingler. Scalp and head massager. This thing is this came in a 10-piece pack because I guess these things are disposable or something. I don't know, but it's only $14.20 and came with free shipping. These things are small enough to take with you anywhere. Provides deep relaxation and helps reduce stress. I bet it does. An inexpensive treat for yourself or a few friends if you don't mind crossing boundaries. Relieves tension and stimulates sensitive nerves. I'm sure it does, and increases blood circulation. Yep. I'm sure if you were just to take out the description and, that could all be taken out of context pretty good. And, let your imagination come up with what kind of item that might be. Of course, you guys can check out some of these pictures of some of the items that we have over at xjtalk.com/Amazon. I think that's the link, isn't it, Tony?
Yeah, sure is. So let me mention real quick, when I saw that Tingler, it reminded me of a movie that I saw once a long time ago. It was a sci-fi movie. And it starred Vincent Price, and the name of it was The Tingler, and it was probably one of the worst science fiction movies that I had ever seen. And I have not seen it again, but every time I hear Tingler, it reminds me of that movie. I bet you I saw it when I was like 8 or 9 years old, and it's back in the days when the channel selector went click, 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 and there was no remote unless you were the remote and your dad was telling you to change the channel. And this came on late at night, probably Saturday, Friday, Saturday night, and the wee hours. And it's about this creature that forms along the spinal column when you get really, really scared. Now, I don't want to give it away, but I bet you the Tingler is available on Amazon.com. And, Vincent Price movies, they're not all winners, but they're always worth watching. So I would tell you, go over to Amazon.com and see if you can find the Tingler. You could probably just watch it from the site.
I posted up in chat, Tony. I don't want to talk behind your back. The Tingler, Tony's CB handle. Well, this next.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say I grew up in a community called Lynchburg, and not Lynchburg, Virginia, or anything like that. It's here in Texas. But Lynchburg was actually there's a ferry that crosses the ship channel, the Houston ship channel, and on the other side of the ship channel is the USS Texas, the first battleship in World War I, I believe, and they have the San Jacinto Monument, which is much like the monument in Washington D.C., but it has a big star on top of it. So. But anyway, the funny thing I was getting to is that there's a ferry that runs across between those two sides. So one of the things that we would do, get on the CB, and we would one or more of us would be the Lynchburg ferry. So.
Oh, gee.
Anyway. Yeah.
Well, this next item definitely deserved a mention. Guys, we love the big price tag items. Now, we get fractions of a cent back on a lot of these things. So, somebody buys a big screen TV, which has happened through our Amazon link. We'll get a few bucks out of that. So you can think of things like, CDs and little shower speakers and stuff. We're getting, pennies for those kind of things. So, when we see these big ticket items like this next one, it's really cool because it's
like hundreds of pennies.
Yeah, right. That means that somebody, took the time to think about us.
Oh, yeah, it's very flattering. Purchase. That's exactly right. It's very flattering that somebody goes, I'm going to go spend $500-$600 or $10,000 because I'm going to buy that jet engine. And I'm going to go click on xjtalk.com's link first. So it's very flattering.
Yeah, now this item is in the camera and photography section. This is the Olympus XZ2 digital camera. This one's in black. List price on this was about $600 on Amazon, $549.99, and of course comes with the free shipping. Has a super fast, bright Izuiko f1.8 to f2.5 lens that uses high-quality Zuiko digital lenses. Pairs a powerful TruePic 6 sensor with an SLR quality image processor to dramatically improve image quality with spectacular low-light performance and blazing autofocus speed. A 3-inch 920K dot super high resolution tilting touchscreen with fast touch autofocus and shutter release just by touching the screen. Built-in accessory port, hybrid control ring and function button, and level for ultimate control. Special effects for your photos and HD videos with Olympus's 11-in-1 camera, art filters, and art effects. Enjoy low-light photography with a built-in pop-up flash and increased ISO sensitivity to 12,800. That means you guys can film your best friends bust his knuckles wide open while trying to change a control arm bushing in the dark. Or you can at least make a better movie than Paris Hilton did. Up to you.
Well, I don't know. Paris Hilton's pretty good actress there, I believe.
So yeah, guys, big thanks to all of you out there who purchase items through Amazon through our links on our websites xjtalk.com and xjtalkshow.com. And extra special big thanks to those who take the time and give us the thought to purchase these big ticket items like this very nice camera through this as well, guys. We really appreciate the work. Keep it up, and of course, by all means, make sure you're out there telling a friend and spreading the word.
Well, that's a show, and our last one for this year, not including the Christmas special, which will be coming up next week. Look for it, download it on the December 24th. It will not be a live show because Josh and I are going to be sleeping with, dreams of sugar plums and sugar fairies dancing in our head. No, I'm sorry, that's Josh's subconscious.
Well, I'm glad you didn't say sleeping with the fishes, because then I would have started getting nervous.
Yeah, well, they're just so cold and they don't want to cuddle, so it's just not the right way to go.
Yeah, if you guys remember last year, we did some fun stuff around the Christmas holiday, and this year, no exception. So a little bit of self-deprecation, a little bit of humiliation on my part, maybe. If that's not enough of a tease for you guys, I don't know what to tell you. You're going to have to stay tuned. So look for those downloads, the download ability for that Christmas show, that Christmas special next week, guys. We definitely want you to download that and spread it around. Hope you guys are going to have a very Merry Christmas. In the meantime, make sure you guys are heading over to iTunes, finding us over there, subscribing, of course, leaving us those 5-star reviews, and a comment, too, which we will post up on the website and, of course, read during the show if those are posted up. So take some time during the holiday break and leave us a review. We very much appreciate it.
Yeah, speaking of iTunes reviews, we did get one on December the 5th. Love the show by Bring Me ATVs. It's a 5-star rating. You guys are great. I love the show. You guys should do a segment on your first wheeling adventure. I guess we're kind of doing that, though, with the Wrangler Talk and Jeep Mama getting her very first starts in Jeeping.
Yeah, happy to share my very first wheeling experience. Maybe we'll set that up for next year.
Yeah, great idea, and we really appreciate you sharing not only the review, but the suggestions. And you guys can be part of the show. We always have a third seat open. Quoting Josh, and if you would like to be part of the show, just we'll use the generic email interviews@xjtalkshow.com. You don't have to be an interviewee. You just send an email to interviews@xjtalkshow.com, and we can do the back and forth and let you know what you have in mind and how we can accomplish that. Just like Jeep Mama has joined us recently in our Wrangler Talk segment. So please be a part of the show. Follow us on Facebook. You'll have to do a like now. So just go to facebook.com/xjtalk.page, xjtalk.page. And, of course, Twitter at xjtalk. And, of course, have a very, very Merry Christmas.
And a Happy New Year. We'll see you guys next time.
Well, that was about as much fun as you can have with your pants on. I think we were right at an hour, maybe a little bit over. So for those of you that don't know, the show is over, and we call this affectionately the post show. And it can run for some time if you if you watch the live if you watch the live Tony and Josh show, Josh and I had quite a lengthy discussion about things that we didn't talk about very much last night on the live show, and that was the post show. So it will not be available on the audio podcast. It'll only be available for the live show, and of course the YouTube kindly records our live shows, and you can always go back and watch it there. May or may not be something that you're interested in, but it's a little bonus thing. You kind of hear what's going on, as Josh would say. You kind of see how the sausage is made.
Or the fudge is packed. No, that's not it. Oh, hey, Tony, G-Mama had a question about the very last little video there posted up as we closed the show. She wants to know where you got it from.
Fiverr. Fiverr.com.
That's what I told her. I just wanted to make sure that I was accurate in that statement. So, if you're not familiar with Fiverr.com, it's a great place to go for little things like some video production and some graphic artists and stuff like that. There's a lot of cool and talented people there. But again, it's only $5. Sometimes you get what you pay for.
Yeah, you kind of got burned on some of the stuff that you were getting. And you know what I forgot to do? Damn it. I have a nice little Christmas video to play, and I forgot about playing it.
Oh.
I don't even know if I have it up. That might be a reason why I'm forgetting to play it. I mean, it was $5, so I mean, how bad is that to forget to play? Yeah, let me add that in. I'm going to play that real quick because damn it, I paid $5 for it. Let's see. That is going to be not in segments, but Jeep videos. No, I bet you not. I bet you it's going to be over here. This really all depends on what I'm thinking at the time.
While you're doing that, I'm going to pop back into the show notes and out of the chat room for a minute and work on our promo.
Well, as I can keep looking, but I got this one. I'm gonna play this one.
Oh.
Hang on a second. It's really loud.
Here comes XJ Talk. Here comes XJ Talk. All up in your ears. Tony and Josh giving you lots of goods all throughout the year. Talk about Cherokees and Jeeps and stuff, and probably some other things too. So 'tis the season, this is the reason we're bringing this to you. Here comes XJ Talk, here comes XJ Talk, all up in your ears. The end of the world came, and wouldn't you know it, we're all still alive and here. The XJ Talk Show is back and better than ever, and it's really no fuss. We sure do appreciate all the support, so thanks for listening to us.
That's great stuff, man. That made me laugh and laugh.
Well, you're going to get a kick out of the next one. This next one is you guys are going to have to wait until the Christmas special to hear it. But if you like that, then you're going to love the Christmas special.
I'm still looking for that damn video. Oh, here we go. I think this is it. Let's see. It's not very long. That's another pickup line I used. So pretty.
Oh, yes.
You've seen that, haven't you, Josh? I mean, I know you don't see it now, but you've seen it before, right?
Yeah, no, I'm got a 30-second delay. But yeah, no, I have seen that one before. I like that. Yeah. I think the first time you posted that up, I made a comment like, it would be really cool if like a toy Cherokee just came and ran over everything all violently and stuff. It would be kind of neat.
Or just a full-size one would have been cool.
Yeah.
Just used to see a big-ass tire crunch.
Crunch.
My four-wheel drive chases your stick family. Oh, God. I want a cheese ball. I see that you made a comment there in made a comment there in the chat. My youngest daughter picked me up one of those summer sausages, that usually comes that like you get in the Swiss Colony or the Hickory Farm stuff. But the thing that I like the best out of those things is the cheese, whether it be the smoky one or the nut covered log. And I've never had so many nuts that's happened, but I have eaten a lot before. But the cheese balls would really, I'd love to have a cheese ball with a nice, the port wine combination.
With crackers, those aren't half bad.
Oh, God, it's to sit there and you just lose your brain. Eating cheese and crackers. Yep, there was a lot of activity in Twitter under XJ Talk, largely due to Dirty Jeep Girls, I believe. And if you guys are on the Twitter, you can follow Dirty Jeep Girls at, strangely enough, Dirty Jeep Girls. And there was also Lone Star Rocks that was chatting it up with Kevin and the Dirty Jeep Girls on Twitter. And, of course, Jeep Mama was in there. Unfortunately, it appears Jeep Mama was taken on Twitter, so she's actually at Mama Jeep.
Yeah, there's got to be a way around that. You have to reach out and say, hey, I'll give you $20 if you relinquish that.
I won't rut your yard if you relinquish that.
Yeah,
And let's see, there was... I can't see the whole name here. It looks like Mindy Jeep Goddess. Mindy Jeep Goddess. I had to click on it. And she was making some comments there on Twitter in the feed. That's another thing you need to get on, Josh. You need to get all socialed up. Mindy has 13,074 tweets and 2,010 followers. Or I'm sorry, she's following 2010. She has 1831 followers, but she's listed in 25 lists. I wonder how many of those, which one of those lists are naughty and which ones are nice. And I don't think XJ Talk is following her. Let's see. Wrangler Talk is. We are also Wrangler Talk on Twitter, folks, because we have the xjtalk.com website. So let's see. Oh, we're not. Well, yeah, we are following her. Just didn't have it listed. So we are following her from Wrangler Talk, the Tony and Josh Show, and XJ Talk. Ooh, Christmas music. I'm going to play this one. We'll have this one on the Christmas special.
Christmas is my favorite time of year.
This is from my friend Tom Rapp.
Christmas is my favorite time of year. Everybody knows when it is near. Children yells and jingle bells, give me something no one sells, and fill that cup on up with Christmas cheer. Christmas is the time to celebrate. Throw some more of that turkey on my plate. Don't sit home, don't be alone. Call some friends up on the phone and fill that cup on up with Christmas cheer. I know what I'm gonna go and ask Santa for. I'm gonna get a present just for me. Cuddly and she's sweet, a girl that I adore. Just put a gorgeous doll under my tree. some letters from back home and fill that cup on up with Christmas cheer. Ride back to my hometown upon his sleigh, so I can have my darling here with me. Christmas is my favorite time of year. Everybody knows when it is near. Children yells and jingle bells, give me something no one sells, and fill that cup on up with Christmas cheer. Cup on up with Christmas cheer.
Christmas cheer.
Yeah, it's very festive, very good holiday song there.
Oh,
good Christmas
very
song
much so. But Christmas Cheer by Tom Rapp, and performed everything you heard there. He did the entire mix himself. Just amazing.
I've got. I work with a guy who's a musician, in fact, and he released a Christmas song just actually a few weeks ago. And this is his first Christmas song, something he's always wanted to do. And Tony, if I can, I'd like to play it right now.
Yeah, I was just thinking the quality is probably not going to be that great across Skype, but go ahead.
Oh, it is. Yeah, you're right. Well, I can send you a link to the YouTube where he's got it, and I'm going to post that up there in chat right now. And yeah, he's given me permission to play that on the show, and it's a nice little, very comforting, feel good Christmas song.
So I'm going to make a couple of changes here so we can hear the audio, and hopefully an email won't come in while we're doing this, because you'll hear the little ding if it does. Nope, I don't hear it. Let's see.
There we go.
Going down to Bethlehem, see the Son of Man, lying away in the manger, praise the Prince of Peace. Wheels start turning, fires start burning, shine a light on the wise men, journeying from the east. Shepherds on a hillside, looking up at the sky. On a cold winter night, they hear the angels sing. In a dream I heard a voice, said, fear not, come rejoice. It's the end of the beginning, praise the newborn King. Just a little baby boy, bringing down so much joy. Son of a carpenter, Mary carried the light. Must be Christmas, must be tonight. Son of a carpenter.
That's Randy Morrison Music. That's the name of his YouTube channel, and his band, The Party Bus.
Try that again, Josh.
You guys can find that on his YouTube channel. It's Randy Morrison Music, and that's his band, The Party Bus.
We really appreciate you letting us share that with our audience.
Yeah, I figured, 'tis the season, and that was definitely Christmas music, and I figured you guys would like that.
I don't normally play these. They're not mixed with the volume levels. I have to turn it way down so we can talk over it. Well, Josh, are we ready to record that promo?
Yeah, I've got one more line to write, so we can go ahead and start wrapping up, and I'll have that finished up here in just a second.
I normally have to watch Josh's facial expressions to know whenever he's ready with the promo, because it's like the face that the kid makes when you take him to the store and he gets that toy that he wants, and after he gets the toy, he's ready to check out and go home. And that's the way Josh is. When he's got the promo ready, he's like, okay, stop talking. I'm ready to do this promo. Which I don't blame him. I mean, it's a creative process, and I'm very lucky that I don't have to do the promos, don't have to write them up. And also too, they're always quite clever, thoughtful about what was said and done on the show. So I really appreciate it. It's really amazing. I don't know if I told Tammy this or not, but I told Josh this the other day in chat. That Tammy is very excited. Jeep Mama is very excited about her Jeep, and she's been very excited about being a part of the show. And you can tell in the production quality of her segments that she's very concerned about how it sounds and how it comes across. And the video that you guys in the live show and watching, you guys that are watching the YouTube recorded YouTube stream, that video segment was something that she put together and provided to me. So she was actually working on that today, and I thought it went over very well. I think she wanted to do something that actually was syncing up with her narration, her story, and I made sure she understood that the XJ Talk Show is really an audio podcast, and the video portion of it we just do for the few of you that have made it clear that you wanted to have something to watch, that you wanted to be a part of the live show. It was not our intent to do anything other than the audio podcast. And of course, you can see it's kind of mushroomed with hats and backgrounds and picture in a picture and all kinds of crap. So it's fun to play with, and I certainly understand where she's coming from. But going the extra mile. But anyway, going the extra mile for the show. But anyway, I was telling Josh that I was really happy with how excited Tammy was to be part of the show and doing all these things. And I think it's very rare to find individuals that are that interested in doing things, especially when it's no money at all, and actually probably negative money especially if you count your time invested in it, and it's just something that you like to do. And I made comment that I thought Tammy was another Josh. And Josh immediately took that as an insult.
Hey, now.
And I had to explain to him, no, it's great to actually partner with somebody that actually, is as interested in what you're doing as you are. And I think Tammy is very much the same way. So I'm very, very fortunate that I've run across these two individuals. And also, too, the other folks that are not as integrated into the show as much as Josh is, but Steve, 4.3 LXJ, and his Jeep tips, tireless, not only on xjtalk.com and answering questions, but also too doing our Jeep tip segments, which we need more, Steve. I had an idea for one the other day, and I can't remember what it was now.
The same thing happened to me. I think I was either in traffic. It was in the morning. I know I was tired and still kind of half asleep, so it was probably in the morning or as I was going to bed, and I just one of those random thoughts pop in your head, and you're like, oh, I gotta tell Steve, this would be a great idea for a Jeep tips or something, and of course I didn't write it down, and I've got a piss poor memory, and just there and gone.
Yeah, and just so you guys understand, it's not us barking orders at Steve. He actually says, I need some ideas. I've talked about everything that I can think of just off the top of my head to talk about. So, give me some ideas. And then, as you can hear, we come up with ideas, and then we stumble and fail to give those things to Steve. I need to just send it when I think about it. I'm usually in front of a computer most of the time. But it was something. It was something that somebody was doing, working on, or a question either on Facebook or I don't think it was on xjtalk.com, but it was either Facebook or Twitter. And I thought to myself, oh, you know what? That would make a great Jeep Tip segment. But we're going to be getting some more Jeep Tip segments on really, really soon. And it's been a while since we've done an electrical and audio tip too. Maybe we can regurgitate some of the ones that you did in the past, or maybe a stereo install thing for those folks that have received stereos for Christmas.
Yeah, I was actually thinking about going back, and I've got all of the electrical and audio tips that I've done archived, and I was thinking about going back and refreshing some of those, because they were done with some recording equipment that was a little substandard, a little bit below what I've got right now, and I figured, hey, why not take these off the shelf, brush them off a little bit, and give them a little bit of a facelift, as it were. And so in 2015, guys, expect some new electrical and audio tips coming out. In fact, 2015, guys, we're going to be doing a lot of new stuff, so stay tuned for that, and of course, stay tuned for our Christmas holiday special. You guys don't want to miss out on that. It's going to be a lot of fun. So while you're sitting around the Yule, staring at the Yule log on TV, or waiting for Uncle Bob to finish snoring, go ahead and download that Christmas special as it comes out, and I'll give you a little bit of entertainment amongst the in-laws.
So Jeep Mama says he could do a Jeep Tip segment on thread locker. and there's probably not a bad idea, because just because it's a thread locker, and you dab something on a bolt, what's red, what's blue, what's the super glue? Hey, I'm a poet. So that might actually be a good idea. I think I was laughing because I think she was making fun of herself because of buying that Loctite super glue, and she just thought it was the right stuff.
Yeah, no, it's and they got so many products. I mean, yeah, we could literally line up a dozen different Loctite products and go over all that stuff, and the different colors of thread locker and what they mean and all that stuff. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of ideas we're talking about. There's probably a good 5 minutes of content right there that we could turn into a segment. So just right there, guys, is popping up in chat with a great idea. Thank you very much, Jeep Mama. That will actually end up in a show in the near future.
Is Steve still on there? Steve, write that down.
Yeah. I'm doing it as we speak. My little notepad is right here.
I bet you Steve passed out in the easy chair. He was in the chat earlier. He may still be out there. Alrighty, guys. Well, lots of fun. Thanks so much for joining us in the chat room for the live show. It's a lot of fun seeing all the shenanigans going on there. Just throw out a few names. Of course, Jeep Mama was there. Kevin B with 30 Jeep Girls. I think Kevin was the gentleman that was on watching us and talking to us in the chat room on the Tony and Josh show last night. Also, too, if I didn't already say it, Paps Boys. We got a Josh in there. Same name as you. Jake. Who else? I already mentioned Steve.
Hey, there's a Tony in there.
Yeah. Not very many Tonys out there.
We got Paps Boys, we got Kevin, we got Jeep Mama.
Oh, James.
I'm in there. Yeah, James is in there. Jake is in there. We had a jam-packed room tonight. Of course,
92
Wes
War Wagon
was in there as well. Just a bunch of guys and gals. Guys, thank you everybody who takes the time to join us for the live show.
It means a lot
with us and everybody else in the chat. It does mean a lot to both Tony and I. It adds another dynamic to the show, and we can't thank you guys enough for that. The involvement, the contribution, everything else, guys, it really means a lot to both Tony and I, and we really hope you guys keep that up.
Well, I call it my Sally Fields moment, because I can tell you really, really love me.
You like us. You really, really like us.
And Lone Star Rocks was in there too. That's one of the folks that was in Twitter. Chatting away. I missed that chat that they put in there. And Jeep Mafia. I missed that one as well. You miss so much when you're talking and doing a show.
Yeah, there was somebody in there that had a VDub handle too. It was like VDub .why or something. Like, dang it, they were there and gone.
Yeah, I only saw one chat message from those two I just mentioned. Just want to go through here and list these folks that took the time to join us tonight and put something in chat. Of course, there could have been more that was there because this thing doesn't tell you who's actually in chat. Just whenever they type something in. I think I'm into last week's chat now. Yeah. It's funny. It's a lot of fun. Chat room in a live show like this is so much fun, and
distracting.
Yeah. And well, that's another reason why you don't need a Christmas tree. You keep looking at the tree instead of watching the television. Although, Josh, I have to say, yeah, to that tree move, I have to say, I just wouldn't feel right not having a Christmas tree at Christmas.
This is the first year ever. I do got a little tabletop one, so
yeah,
it's there kind of.
Yeah.
But there's not going to be too many presents under that one.
No. Of course, you could build the tree into a pyramid. I mean, build the presents into a pyramid and put the tree under it.
There we go.
I'm serious, man. I would have to have a tree. We've got 2 trees up.
Oh, wow.
Both artificial. I kind of miss the fresh. The smell, the flash fire that you get from a fresh tree.
That's what those little air freshener car tree things are for.
Oh, I need to get one of those. Very Christmassy, yeah. Put some ornaments on it. So you ready?
I am. Goodbye, guys. Good night. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Merry Christmas. Go to hell. We got to leave. Josh has to go to work tomorrow, so I know what he's trying to do. He wants to get this promo out of the way and get his ass to bed, not Mars, but to bed, so he can get up at crack ass 30 and drive to work tomorrow. Is it snowing up there, Josh? Are you having to deal with the wintry mix?
No, we're going to have record rainfall here coming up this weekend. It's going to start tomorrow and just not stop until.
Isn't it cold? Isn't it under 40 degrees up there?
It is at night, but it's
okay,
common.
So not enough for it to ice over. Alrighty then. Again, thank you so much for being here. Like Josh says, and I said earlier, it means a lot to us for you guys joining in live, especially for many of you that's quite late at night to be watching this. So again, 2 weeks, we'll be back on January the 8th. Don't miss the Christmas special. You can download it on iTunes, Tuned In, Stitcher, download or listen to it live. Listen to it stream. And what's the other thing? Oh, yeah, xjtalkshow.com. Go over there to xjtalkshow.com, and you can actually, under each post that we have, you'll see where you can subscribe to the site, and you'll get notified by email every time there's a post. And if there's a post, 99% of the time that means there's a new show or something new to listen to. You can listen to it straight off of there. You can download it straight off of there. Or that you can go check it on iTunes and download it, but you really should just be subscribed to iTunes so that it downloads automatically. That way you don't miss anything.
Yep.
Everybody have a great night and a very Merry Christmas.